Welcome, Dr. Melissa.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me today. Okay. We've had a lot of malfunctions. It's been fun, hasn't it?
It's fun, yes. Being flexible.
Being flexible. I'm so happy that you're so gracious about it. So I did a scan with you about a week ago now.
Yeah, around the holidays.
Yeah. Can you explain to everybody what the scan was about?
Yeah, so you sent me about a 10-second recording of your voice. So with the voice recording, you can talk, you can read, you can sing, you can, whatever, just capturing your voice. Like right now, I could have used 10 seconds of us talking. Yep. And from that, this device called the AOScan, it detects the frequencies in your voice, which is your body's communication level at the most deepest level. So your body is a bunch of frequencies. And so your entire body is communicating. And then through that, the AOScan can interpret what your body is trying to say. And then I was able to give you some, the report for your emotions. So some of the underlying emotional issues that might then be causing some of your physical issues or just deeper emotional issues that you're not aware of at the surface. But then also to do a body scan and look at each of your organs and your blood, and if there's anything with viruses showing up, so it's quite in depth. Oh, and then it looks at your chakras too, which you're in balance. You're good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It was so interesting, the results. Not that I could totally understand everything, but I couldn't wait to talk to you about it. So can you explain to me what was happening in the scan, what it's come up with?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily want to reveal anything personal about you. I try to protect everyone's privacy. I don't even look at the results unless someone asks me to. So I completely respect people's privacy. But in the results, then it will go through and it numbers each of the items 1 to 9. And if you're on the low side, 1 or 2, with some of the food sensitivity things, it could indicate that maybe you need more of that in your life, or maybe it kind of makes your body more sluggish. It just kind of depends on how you might interpret it. And you need to have kind of an intuitive response to it. So you look at your results and, okay, is this saying I need more, or is this saying to avoid it because it's going to kind of slow me down? So
that's what I was wondering, because over the years I've been lactose intolerant, and I've had an issue with ginger, but raw ginger mainly. So does that say anything in the results about that?
So it does talk about the dairy stuff, but it didn't call out ginger specifically. But yeah, it'll call out like if you have a lactose reaction or sensitivity to that, or any of the dairies. It breaks down eggs, like even quail eggs. It gets very specific. So for you, it did say it was on the lower end for goat's milk specifically. So I don't know if you react to goat's milk.
That's amazing. When I was younger, I couldn't have normal milk, or back then there wasn't formula as much, but I used to have goat's milk.
Okay.
So can that that reaction in my life, can that be, when I was younger, I'd be tolerant to it, and then later on in life I can be non-tolerant to certain foods and that?
Well, your body does evolve through time, and it builds up resistance to it sometimes, especially in America. The stuff we put on our food, it's no wonder we're all gluten and dairy intolerant, because stuff we put on it. Goat's milk is what they recommend is the closest to a human breast milk. So if you can't access human breast milk, then you would do like a goat's milk, either fresh, raw, not the pasteurized stuff, or a formula that's based out of goat's milk. Some of the formulas they do, it's straight sugar. I don't know how they do that with their children. It's personal opinion, and babies still need fed, so if that's what you need. But so maybe you need more of it in your life. It was on the low end, so I don't know if you need more or if you feel like it makes you more sluggish. That's kind of your personal interpretation.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of milk. I may have it with my oats every now and again, but mostly I'll have water with my oats. So I don't tend to have a lot. I don't drink coffee, and I have black tea, or green tea. So I don't tend to have a lot of milk. I have a fair bit of cheese. I love my cheese, and I love my charcuterie boards. I love my salamis and my cheeses and stuff like that. So it was interesting, and it had a broad range of actual food, down to nuts, down to legumes, all sorts of food.
Yes, it breaks down the food as much as possible. It's not going to have it all. So then there's some times where it might come up with one food, but it's basically saying that you need or have an excess of the nutrients from that food that you actually need from another food. So they try to get it as close as possible, but you can't list every single food that exists. That way we way more. This is already quite a bit.
It is quite a bit. It is quite a bit. I understand that, and I don't mind talking about the emotional side that it comes into it. So it can actually tell me, like you said, chakras and things like that, what come up for me in mind for my chakras.
So it does an initial scan, and then while it's running the scan, it sends out optimizing frequencies that they reach you, across the world, across the universe, through the quantum field.
Love that.
We're all energy, we're all connected through frequency. And so it then sends out optimization frequencies, and it tries to balance you as much as possible. So you started out where your root chakra was a 9. So that's on the really high side. But it was able to then bring you back into balance. Everything else was perfectly in balance, as I would expect of someone who practices Reiki daily.
I was hoping.
Does that resonate with you in any way? Something about your root chakra, or feeling grounded, or?
Yeah, I ground a lot. I think with the work that I do, that's one of my first chakras that I deal with a lot. So maybe balance that out a bit with my crown chakra, and just pull that energy in a different perspective and through the chakras, I suppose. So, but I definitely use I get out into the soil and get my feet into the ground and things like that. And before I actually have a client, I ground myself a lot. So, and then I talk the client through it. So I'm basically going through it a couple of times whilst I'm, practicing.
I don't know if you can be too grounded, but there's something with it there that maybe just put your attention to.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And then, so with that, then it also looks at your meridians, and it was able to balance all of your meridians except for your lung meridian. So to look at that one deals like physically, specifically with your respiratory system, your lungs, all of that, allergies, skin. But then on the emotional side, it talks about conceit, intolerance, communication issues, or grief. So I don't know if any of that hits with you.
Yeah, grief. I've lost both my parents, but it's funny the way grief is. I've had in the last few years some grief with my cousin passing away, and she was murdered and stuff like that. So processing that still on top of the grief that I have for mum and dad, I suppose it just it can feel like you're evolving in grief for a little bit when you have somebody close to you pass away again. It sort of brings everything up, I think. So that's what probably resonates with me with that. So that's good.
Yeah. And then being associated with the lung meridian, that's the heart space and the solar plexus a little bit and the diaphragm. So I know you do a lot of work personally on your solar plexus area with Reiki, and then, just breath work, breathing into those spaces, and not just the physical breathing in, but breathing in the emotions, letting them sit, processing it.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be good. And I've started journaling a bit more too, so releasing that through journaling and sitting with it, probably breathing with that in the way that you say. Journaling, I think that's a big one. That's a big one to complement it. Do you find that a lot of modalities complement this? Like you have the scan, the AOScan, and it also gives you a reading of a musical thing. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So when you do the voice part, then it detects your emotions and it gives you 4 different tones. Well, it's not tones. It creates like a music, but it detects what notes, the 3 highest notes that are detected within your voice, and then the 1 lowest. And then it provides the opposite of that in the harmonics. And so then you can listen to those. Each one's 3 minutes long or thereabout. And then by doing the opposite, polarity, it helps to then bring it centered between the 2 notes.
I love that. That's just
so calming. I love listening to
I
them.
love it. I absolutely loved it. And it's great with the headphones on. And how often can you listen to it, or it doesn't matter, just when it suits?
Yeah, you can listen to it all day, once a day, once a week. It's all beneficial, and I don't think that it can be too much.
Yeah,
it's very
like Reiki, you can never get too much of it.
Yeah. It goes where it needs to go, and where it doesn't, it passes on through. So
love that. Love that. I was amazed. So would that change that frequency if I was to do another one in 6 months' time?
It can change if things are changing within you. I know people that will even do it up to 3 times a day. Because where it like the vitals, where it does your body and it detects the food sensitivities. Some people let that guide each of their meals. Like they'll do a scan before breakfast. Oh, it looks like I'm a little low on some milk. I'm gonna add it in my oats or something. And just whatever you're feeling called, there's not too much, there's not enough. And you just incorporate it in your life as it works.
It's such a great thing. How long has this been around for, this AOScan?
I've only been known of it about 2 years, but I think at least 10, probably more.
I remember reading about the technology surrounding it years ago. But here we are talking about it now. And it's a happening thing. So do you get a lot of call for it in your work?
I try to use it complementary to everything else. So I recognize the person as a whole person, and not just the person themselves, but like a systems approach. So we're all part of a bunch of different systems, our family system, our community. So one change within that system affects a change within you. Awesome. And so I try to, have a holistic approach to your food, your movement, your thoughts, all of it, your relationships. And so I try to use this in complement to each of those areas, like the harmonics. If you're processing something within a relationship, maybe the both of you listen, and it will reach you and help connect you and work through and process things.
Oh, I love that.
And then also awesome. You can do it with animals too, with your pets.
Yes, I'll get to you about that. Definitely will do that with Major. We've just taken in another dog, Sasha, and she's about 14, and she's really, really struggling. When we first got her, she could barely walk, but now from the Reiki, she's just going in leaps and bounds now. So she's quite sprightly and moves around a lot more. And so it's great to see that happening with her. But I definitely would love to see what we could come up with for her, definitely. And then when we leave the house, excuse me, when we leave the house, we could leave that playing. Because I know they both have anxiety. So
it's very calming. So
yeah. We would normally leave music on for them when we leave. So it's, some resonance going on there.
Sure, you have some flourishing plants too.
Yeah, definitely. And that's another thing I was going to say to you. I'm studying this year Western herbal medicine.
Okay.
So taking different teas and that would affect and balance the body to different extents too, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You know, like as a woman, I use nettles and raspberry leaf, and I use a lot of those, and you know, it affects me and my overall health. So one thing that with this, they've been able to detect the frequencies in different herbs and essential oils, homeopathics and flowers, and so you can, you know, by name, you can put those in, and then you receive the frequencies from those. So you receive the same healing benefits that you would get if you were consuming something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
so
cool. Amazing. I mean, I prefer to drink my tea, but
yeah, but it's just amazing what comes out of it, and yeah, the way we can use it. I love that.
Yeah.
So good. So have you got a special on that? Talk about people in the community who might be interested in accessing that with you?
Yeah. So for the first scan, I try to give that to everybody for free so you can see what it's all about.
Yeah.
So you get, you know, if you want, you can submit about 10-second recording of your voice. And then with that, you'll be able to get the harmonics. So the custom sound therapy, and then the emotions report. If you're not comfortable with submitting your voice, you know, that's fine. And I respect that. I just wouldn't be able to do that part, but I can at least do the body scan. And so that will tell any food sensitivities or any, you know, sicknesses that you might be experiencing, or anything like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah. So do you have in your community, in your school community, do you get to be able to explain this to people and that there's showing a lot of interest in it?
Yeah, I have just a little, well, it's actually, I think it's a YouTube video that I have that kind of just breaks down the generalities. And then I think at least half the people have taken me up on my offer to have their own scan. And then from there, if they have questions, I can help interpret it. You know, it's very intuitive. So I use my own intuition about what, you know, I receive as I'm looking at their report. But then I also try to bounce it off of them, because I mean, you're the expert on your own body, and sometimes your body knows more than even your mind does. So
that's it.
yeah,
Your
try
body
to do
tells
it.
you.
Yeah, so try to do it together.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that holistic approach that you've got going there. It's very important that we extend ourselves to these technologies, and like it's so far forward in technology that it just amazes me. Like you say, it can reach me in Australia from you.
Yeah. Anywhere in the world, anywhere in the universe, really. You know, if you believe that there's stuff beyond Earth.
Resonance. It's great, isn't it? Well, thank you again. Thank you for explaining that. And I'll put a link in the description of the video here. And hopefully some people will jump on board and get it done like I did and have the results that, not necessarily like I did, but be able to see the results that they can get with that.
That's right. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.